Even though the story you are about to hear contains its fair share of sadness and even tragedy, its main character doesn't regret any of his decisions.
Wait, no, you gotta come over and see my driveway? I got no oil in my driveway. What are you talking about, leak?
You are just about to learn why one of the most recognized comic actors decided to quit his career and never act again. Rightly described as a comedy genius, Rick Moranis rose to fame in the 80s and was one of the highest-grossing actors of that period. He was quickly getting big alongside his fellow colleagues Steve Martin, John Candy, and Martin Short. Moranis was mostly beloved for his film roles of an endearing geek in Ghostbusters, Little Shop of Horrors, and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, among others. But all of a sudden, in 1997, he quietly vanished. And no, it was not about drugs or unbearable fame. It is the first thing we allege when talking about celebrities. They just couldn't handle the popularity, right? Actually, what really happened is his wife Ann Belsky was diagnosed with breast cancer, which spread to her liver.
Underneath the bruises and the handcuffs, you know what I saw? Girl I respected.
When his wife died, losing the evil battle with cancer, not only did Moranis become a widow, but also remain the only parent to 2 young children. We have never seen him on screen since 1997. Moranis gradually stepped away from acting to become a stay-at-home dad, to be there for his kids. He explained years later in a candid interview that it was not some kind of a formal decision he had to make. It started in an already busy year, where he declined a film that was being shot out of town as the school year was beginning. Moranis further explained, "Well, stuff happens to people every day, and they make adjustments in their lives for all kinds of reasons. And there was nothing unusual about what happened or what I did."
All right, I confess, I did it.
Did what?
Peekaboo!
I blew up the baby.
It is hard to imagine someone nowadays giving up their multi-million-dollar career at its peak for the sake of full-time family presence. Moranis believed that the best thing he could do for his children was simply being there. He wanted them to associate home with a joyful place. "I applied all my creativity to my home life, to my kids, to my family. I was the same person. I didn't change, I just shifted my focus." When asked about his acting plans, Rick said he was not having any special return plans. He missed the people he worked with in the industry, but not his amazing career. The ex-actor noted, "I'm a single parent, and I just found that it was too difficult to manage raising my kids and doing the traveling involved in making movies. So I took a little bit of a break, and then the little bit of a break turned into a longer break, and then I found that I really didn't miss it." But no worries. Yes, Moranis quit acting, but he didn't quit the creative field. In 2005, Moranis released a comedy country song album, The Agoraphobic Cowboy, which ultimately was nominated for a Best Comedy Album Grammy. His second album, My Mother's Brisket and Other Love Songs, hit stores in 2013. He also did several voiceover roles. In other words, he's totally still around. You just have to listen more carefully. The funny thing is that even decades later, people recognize Moranis in the streets of New York. They say nice things and express nostalgia over the movies that used to be produced in the 80s. However, when offered a walk-on role in a new all-female Ghostbusters movie, the 2016 reboot, Moranis turned down the offer. Nearly all the original cast members, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Sigourney Weaver, said yes. But for Rick, it didn't make any sense to have just one day shooting in something he did 30 years ago.
Rick Moranis has done it again.
Many have been wondering if Moranis, who is now 66, was dating anyone after the sad passing of his wife. The Canadian prefers to live his life in a quite secretive way, as none of his personal information has come out. So, we know nothing about his dating life. Maybe it's actually because he keeps things private, or maybe because he couldn't bond with anyone as closely as he did with Ann. Before we finish the video, we would like to give you several cute facts about Rick Moranis that you likely didn't know. Fact number 1. Did you know that in 1995, Moranis starred in a funny Pepsi commercial, playing twins separated at birth? One twin is in America, while the other grows up in Germany. One day, they telepathically connect via the power of drinking Pepsi. Fact number 2. Of all his films, Moranis says he was luckiest to land one part in particular, in Little Shop of Horrors. He calls it one of the greatest moments of his life. Fact number 3. Moranis has never been into acting for the fame. He enjoyed being in the entertainment medium itself, and fame came as a byproduct. He also never sought out celebrity friends. Moranis said in one of the interviews that he never kept up with almost any of his co-stars from the past years. That's all for today. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel for many more.